When we rescued Leo and Lou, it was just physically the worst cases that I had ever seen. They were former workhorses and then discarded like an old tractor that's been kind of used up. I mean, every bone in Leo's body was visible. They had horrible feet. So we started fundraising to get them to safety. When they got to the farm, they immediately knew they were safe. We could walk right up to them and touch them and pet them. They were so hungry, but when a horse is that thin, you can't just start feeding them. It has to be a very slow, very gradual process. We were very concerned with Leo because he was definitely in the worst condition of the two. So I reached out to a local rehab facility out here and I told them we've got this senior horse. They said, what about water treadmill therapy? And we said, okay, let's give it a try. He immediately started stepping. It was really cute to watch.
Got it. Good boy.
So he was able to put on the weight safely, and what a transformation. Lou was clearly wondering like where his friend was going. But as soon as he gets back, it's that nose-to-nose kind of meeting. And then they got on this regular routine, kind of just hanging out. Their personalities were pretty evident from day one.
Hi, Lou. Good boy. Oh, you're muddy.
Leo was very curious, just naturally wanting to know what you're up to. And then Lou is much more reserved, very laid back. But they have really always been next to each other. But we really believe that they got through those horribly dark times because of their friendship. Lou and Leo are both retired. They've spent probably most of their lives working. Now they really just kind of enjoy it where they're outside. Something so simple like that is really a beautiful thing. I really can't even imagine what would have happened to them if they didn't have each other. We basically got a call that there was this little baby that had been born. Birth mom disowned her. And then an older mare kind of stepped in as if to like kind of protect her. We were like, oh my gosh, this is pretty amazing. I mean, these are two completely different breeds of horses. And we knew that we wanted to bring them all back together, including the birth mom. When they arrived at our property, April did not want to go anywhere without Blossom. And she was always kind of immediately standoffish to people. I think that's pretty natural given what has happened in her life. We were told that she was a workhorse and probably was used as a breeding horse and then thrown out once she became too old. And then to know that April had stepped in to just kind of protect her was just really special to us. We did try to reconnect Blossom's birth mom. They never really took to each other. But it ended up being okay because April has literally been, side by side next to Blossom since day one. Later down the road, then we took in Kenna, another horse that was orphaned. One of our biggest challenges was teaching her how to be a horse. We were worried about introducing Kenna to April and Blossom just because April was such a protector of Blossom. But then it was the cutest thing because they both looked at each other like, oh, you're my size, like you're a baby too. And April took Kenna in under her wing just like she did with Blossom. They are just, a really beautiful blended family. Kenna and Blossom, they of course are really best friends. And April is still close enough to be there for the kids if they needed anything. I think it was really like the most unexpected, beautiful bond between these three animals because of everything that they had been through. And the way it's transpired is just so heartwarming. It's just been really special to kind of see them grow up together and see that bond just get stronger and stronger.
Good girl. Her legs were so weak she couldn't even step down properly off the trailer. She was the skinniest horse I had ever seen. I received a phone call from a local rescue saying that they just received a draft horse.
Oh my gosh.
And they were very honest with me. They said, we don't know how long she has. She came from a severe neglect situation, but she just needed someone to believe in her. And we said, we don't care how much it costs, and we're going to give her a shot. The day that lady arrived here, she just hung her head very low. So we just talked to her and brushed her. She had a skin condition, and she ended up losing like 70% of the hair on her body. And we made a promise to her that we weren't going to make her suffer.
So good. That's the spot, huh, Mama?
So the first week that we had Lady, she did not enjoy those skin treatments. And then she started to look forward to them. Like, ooh, you're going to scratch my little itchy spots. I think she understood that we were trying to help her. That's when she started to flourish and show her personality. Now she'll rub against you and tell you, start petting me now. She'd start drooling and her lip would start quivering.
You like that, huh, Mama? You like that?
Then one day she met Royal. Majority of the horses didn't go near her, but Royal was drawn to her because his mother was a star horse as well. So he would stand by the fence line and just stand next to her for hours. The first time that we let them out together, she smelled his face and they kissed each other. And ever since then, they're just the best of friends. We thought that our time with Lady was going to be very short. And for her to pull through and to be so joyful throughout the process. She's been an inspiration to all of us. She doesn't look anything like the horse that arrived here back in May. What's going on?
When police saw him on the floor, he was almost dying. He had a fever, he had some liquid in his lungs and in his heart. It was really, really dangerous. And in the end, he lay down. He couldn't stand by himself. So we have to help him. We never let Unique give up. Hey. Because his stomach is really small, he gets some liquid with a needle, about 4 liters for 1 day. And then you see a change in the mind of Unique. And they fight also for their life. And with the treatments, he gets better every day. If you come to him, he's coming to you and give a hug. He's the most beautiful horse. And they get to be a horse again with his friends in the wilderness. He's a horse, he's freedom. Oh. Unique as a boy again. And he's really a boss in where he's living. If we say you have some company, you get really happy. His life is most beautiful and he gives us hope. The horses teach us to believe in yourself and to fight for yourself. Every day is different and every day you have to see some positive things. You need to teach us to take life with both hands.
Looking at him running with that wire around his leg really broke my heart. The more that he was running around, the tighter it got. We had the call that Michael was wrapped up in phone cable, so we had to move pretty quickly to get this resolved. We had intentions of being able to catch him with a pen, but we realised that it was too risky. And darting him would be the definitely safer option. The wounds were very deep and he would need a lot of attention from us.
You okay, ready guys? Yeah. Hang on, stay there.
This then became a very serious and complicated rescue. He arrived back at the sanctuary, then the next sort of problem arose where we had to then handle him.
Good boy.
He's not been around people or anything. He had never even eaten from a bucket. It was very hard for us at this stage. And I had to go in with Michael every day. I absolutely fell in love with him. He is such a sweet, kind boy. Once he knew that I wasn't a threat to him, he completely warmed to me. Where Michael came from is a piece of common land that has a lot of ponies on there and they're not owned by anyone. Through the winter, many of them suffer. Through the summer, more and more are born. It's a place that tells some horrific stories and each year gets worse and worse. 2 weeks later, we had another call to this common and it was Henry at this point that needed our help. He had severe injuries from fighting, so we knew we had to quickly get him to a vet. Alison, when she saw Henry, she just sort of melted to him. It was quite funny. We both had sort of our own little project at the same time. Henry and Michael probably had spent pretty much the majority of their lives fighting each other. One afternoon, he did sort of call and Henry answered Michael, and that's when that sort of friendship started. It was completely unexpected. I think there's definitely a future for Michael, whether it's here at the sanctuary or it might work out that maybe him and Henry end up going to a forever home. It's almost as if it was meant to be.